Hello everybody, my name is Casimiro and I'll be playing some more random builds. It's been such a long time, but I think I figured out what I want to build for my next random build. Even though it's random, I still have to think about what I want to build, just to give myself a little bit of an upper hand, because if I don't know what I'm building, it's going to be a really bit of a mess. So basically, what I want to build is a kind of Pantheon Shrine-esque, like cyber goddess thing, basically. If you don't know, have you ever seen Trove Neon City? I'll put some pictures up. I basically want to make a kind of shrine similar to that, but also have like the Neon City around the shrine. Unlike this, that doesn't have the forest that it needs to have, I actually want to build a bit of the Neon City around the shrine so it gives a bit more of a feel instead of just being there, just like independent, because it's gonna look weird if it's just there by itself. But I do know what kind of blocks I think I'm going to use. For one, I do know that I'm going to need. I'm not sure if I want to use netherite because netherite looks like definitely a cyber-esque block I could probably use. Definitely know I'm using like what is it, black concrete, like right here. Maybe some powder concrete. I am thinking using nether wart blocks because if you don't know, for the Neon City for Trove, they basically have like these weird water kind of like channels. I think they're more or less supposed to be like circuits, basically. And I'm thinking of putting this as like the water for the place. And also, like, the Neon City itself is probably going to be elevated up and down because that's how the actual Trove city is. It basically has different levels and things. It's kind of elevated, some parts are down. I don't want it to be just a flat out city because that's going to look really kind of boring. I'm not sure if I'm going to use ice maybe. I don't know, but I do know that I have big plans for this and I want to make it like good. So I'm just trying to figure out how I would do that with the blocks I have. But I do know, like at least for the Pantheon itself, I definitely want to have some redstone. Not actually like redstone work, but redstone in there. But I'm gonna figure that out as I'm building, so you don't have to worry about any of that right now. You could just worry about sitting back and watching me suffer as I'm trying to figure out how I'm building this. So I think let's get into the building and let's see what I can do. And we're back, everyone. I bet you're thinking, why are you back so soon? Where's the time lapse? What's going on? I want to see building. I did too, even though I built it. So basically, I want to tell you a little story, something called OBS messing up. So, my entire plan of me making the time lapse and, adding the music, doing the entire thing, lovely, lovely, kiss, kiss, fall in love. Apparently that didn't want to work. Apparently OBS was like, nah, let's scrap that plan to just like not record you building anything. So every time I was building something, the video was basically frozen. You could hear the audio, but it was frozen. So that basically meant that my entire recording throughout this entire time, so I recorded like 3 videos while building this because it took some time to build what I just built right now. I never checked or just like, went back and checked, make sure everything was all right, which is very stupid of me because like you would think by now how many times I've been, may I say, screwed over by OBS, I should know that I should always check my recording to make sure it's like, proper and not broken. So I built the entire thing. Yeah. Of course, this is only part of it. I want to make the Neon City, like I told you before. And there's like 2 other videos of me basically coming back into the video showing you what I did before and what was going on. Because I'm gonna be quite honest with you, it the thing I built did not look like this at first. It really did not look like this. I do love it to death, but it did not look like this at first because like those pillars, those gigantic pillars you see, those looked like rainbow messes basically. I had all these pillars, the ones in the four, all had different colored pillars, like different color lights, as you would say. They had like a rainbowish color, and when I saw it and stepped back for a second, I was kind of like appalled at what I made, how bad it looked, because I didn't have this like this before. This is also kind of partly colored and things like, there was a lot of things that look very different from what they do now. It looks really nasty to me, so I ended up having to change it. Same with this, because I started with the outline for this, but then I thought like, hey, I want to move it up. So when I filled the entire bottom, oops. So when I filled the entire bottom of this, I kind of thought I want to fill it up. So as you can see, there's a layer that's not here. It's because when I was building this, I thought I was only having like one layer up, but I ended up bringing up like 3 layers of blocks. So now I have that. So that took me some time to do when I was building it. I started putting down the concrete on the ground. If I'm being quite honest with you, next time I do this, I'm doing this in like a modded series world where I have builder's wands, because I am about to cry trying to put all this concrete down. I don't understand why I didn't do it. I don't understand why I didn't, why I was so stupid and just absolutely ignorant why I didn't do anything correctly. So as you can probably see, I did the thing for this stuff, the nether ward. I'm still contemplating if I want to leave the nether wards, but so far it's the only thing I've seen that looks remotely close to the Trove, I would say Terraria, the Trove, like liquid, the Neon City. So that's kind of just, gonna probably stay there. I was thinking of pushing it down a level and adding water over it, but then that would look weird because you gonna have to walk up these stairs, la da 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 da, and walk over this to get to the middle of what's gonna be right here. I might put a statue here. I might do something else. I'm thinking, I don't really know what I want to do for the middle piece of this, because it's just it's very technological, so I don't think I want to put like a god statue or something like that. Even though I don't know how to build a god statue, I can always learn, because building this took me like actual hours because I didn't know I was doing it at first. And I'm very satisfied with how it looks now. It looks very much technical and kind of like electricity and like Neon City vibe I'm getting from it. Because before it did not look like this. And I was even thinking about putting a roof above this, and I was kind of thinking, nah, let's not put a roof because that will look really, really weird, in my opinion, because I feel like it deserves a really open out space and just to breathe a lot. Because I didn't know what I was going to do. I wasn't even thinking of building some kind of like Pantheon-esque roof, like on like a Zeus's temple on here, and that was just going to look absolutely god awful. I'm glad I didn't do that, because that would look ill. These things are colorful things. This is actually the remnants of my rainbow thing I built before with these towers, because every one of these were like a different color. As you can see, the middle right here was actual orange, the side right here was white, the other side over there was pink. Basically these colors coordinated to the sides what color they were. So that's how that looked before. If you can imagine that these all were different colors, you'll probably be appalled and be like, disgusting. So I ended up like, taking those things off and decided on 4 colors that I wanted, and you can see the 4 colors that made the script. Yellow, magenta, lime, and light blue. Those are the 4 colors I decided because they just look the best to me, and I feel like they really went with the neon vibe, and I really like the colors, so I went with those. And I kind of, when I made this, I was thinking that these things kind of looked like wires. What the freak is going on here? There we go. Okay, so I was thinking these things look kind of like wires. I'm not so much sure if they look wires or not. Maybe I'll use your imagination, who knows, but I kind of really like them. Isn't me or this one looking really different from the others? That's definitely... I forgot to play something. Okay, I say that I finished building this, but apparently I just never finished some parts of the thing. Yikes. Yeah, that's wrong. I need to fix that later. But yeah, so I finished. I didn't even finish this either. Oh my goodness, I apparently was just half building things, because I planned on like, building this entire thing, then making a part 2 episode of me like making the outside of the Neon City, because it took me hours to do this and like re-break things and replace them. So that took me a really long time, so I just was not feeling and doing it. So I was planning on making the time lapse and stuff for this video, which is probably like maybe like 15 minutes long. But now it's cutting down to like not very long, depending on how long I want to be talking, and making the Neon City around it. But I decided not to because it took me a really long time to build this, and yeah. So now you're probably thinking, why don't you just, I don't know, have this in the video, then make the Neon City around it and add the time lapse of that, because I don't want to and I'm lazy and I want to get this video out. So yeah. But it's just I'm really frustrated that the time lapse part of this video was just gone. I really want to like show you the process of me building it up from the bottom to the top, It's just like, who would have thought that everything would mess up? Well, I thought of it because OBS screws me over so many times that it makes me want to just cry sometimes. Really, actually cry. So this is probably a very short video and I just wanted to show you everything. Look at it, look at a few things. Don't look at the broken parts that need to be fixed. Just look at it beautiful. In the next episode I will probably, well, I will definitely be making the neon sea around it and maybe adding probably a centerpiece for the temple that needs to be finished because I love the outside kind of it. Kind of want to put some maybe like some things around it to really go with the temple on the outside. But I definitely need like a magnificent centerpiece, and I'm thinking of having like some kind of floating orb of like power and mystical technology floating above here, linking to the bottom with like cords and stuff falling down. I don't know. It's just all up in the air for me right now because I have no idea what I want to do. I am so indecisive that it's actually hurting my brain. I think that's where I'm probably going to end it off. This short video of me making this thing without the time lapse. Lovely. So I hope you had a wonderful time, wonderful day because I had a time, a thing, and a place. So I hope you had a wonderful time, everybody, and goodbye, everybody.